Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. Albert Einstein.
Hi, bestie.
Hi, bestie.
Hey, people.
Hi, Vince.
So, today we've got Vince joining us again.
Yay.
I'm waiting until...
I'm waiting for the applause, so...
But yes, Vince is joining us, and we've kind of just decided that Vince is our season finale guest host.
He's our finale guy.
Yeah, he's the finale guy. I mean, he is my finale guy.
Aww.
He was my last boyfriend.
Aww.
I might be just a little sappy because we just celebrated our 10th anniversary.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I helped.
You did. You took wonderful, beautiful photos that everyone loves.
And then I officiated your vow renewal.
Yes. Our very, very private, it was just me and Vince and Maddie officiating vow renewal.
It's a surprise for 2 out of 3 of us.
Yes. I planned it and sprang it on both of them. I just handed her our wedding book and she read it.
And ad-libbed.
And ad-libbed.
I was such a good ad-libber that day.
You were. You killed it. I think Crystal would be proud.
I think so too. Rev Kev would be thrilled.
Oh, yeah.
Karen wanted to send all of her love and was so excited and started crying when I told her about everything.
Oh.
And the Olympics were this week.
Oh, yeah, I know. I was
started
Friday, yeah.
in Patty.
I watched the whole opening ceremony. It was very French,
Yes.
very avant-garde.
I heard there was a lot of like art references and stuff.
So many art references.
I did not watch it, but
At one point, it went through the Louvre, and the paintings were missing. Like, it was this... You have to... Actually, I'm going to send you different clips to watch. Because, like, the whole theme is this guy that looks like he should be in Assassin's Creed doing parkour with the torch, going across Paris.
Cool.
And he has a mask on and a hood. Like, very cool.
Oh. As amazing and wonderful as the Olympics are, we are here to talk about something that happened a long time ago that is not current.
Eureka.
Eureka!
I thought we were going to talk about our marriage. Damn it.
Tricked again.
Eureka's older than our marriage.
Eureka's older than my high school degree.
It might be older than you.
No.
No.
Significantly not older than me.
But today we are talking about Season 2, Episode 13, the season finale, which is why Vince is here. It is called A Night in Global Dynamics. It aired October 2nd, 2007. We hadn't even met yet, babe.
Yeah.
It was directed by Michael Lang and written by Jamie Paglia.
We love that.
We get, of course, it's a season finale. Mm-hmm. We get it previously on.
A very meaty one.
Well, honestly, yes, but no. Because previously on Eureka, the artifact is connected to Kevin. We have to get it out of him. The metal in town was deteriorating, and it's mutating again to jump to people. The office is an elevator.
The office is an elevator.
The office is an elevator.
A very big elevator.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Very large.
And it transitioned perfectly into the episode.
Seamless. We had a to be continued last week, so this literally just picked right up where it left off. Because you see Stark and Jack standing in the rotunda, staring, going, WTF, mate. Of course, Stark knows that the office does this.
Yes,
and
he says it's a panic room. Like, it's made to do that.
He
didn't fall.
Explained
it's
that, yes.
Vince has just become one with all the cats.
This is how we do.
I will say this, though. This is one of the times that I've seen actually Stark care.
Yes. This whole episode.
Yeah.
Well, and you see that progressing throughout the season. We actually watched him really progress throughout the season in how much he
And caring about science, and caring about Allie, and caring about Kevin.
and how much he shows that, not just
Right.
caring, because I really feel like he always did care, but he never showed it.
Right. But now he has the room to.
Yeah. So apparently a biological contamination turns the director's office into a bunker a mile underground. Stark's like, it's a mile below us. They are hermetically sealed. Like,
It's
they're
the safest
fine.
place to be.
Yeah, they are fine. And he says it's the safest place to be, except Beverly's there.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking Beverly.
Fucking Beverly. So Carter and Stark have to then go decontaminate. And it is not an option.
Correct.
So they get taken away by security to go decontaminate. And then down in the bunker, Beverly just wants to GTFO. She's like, we got to get out of here. Like, now. How do we get out of here? But Henry says that they are there for Kevin. Henry gets scary this whole
Henry's kind of gone off the
episode.
deep end.
Yeah.
Like, he's making weird decisions. He's working with Beverly now.
Which is gross.
so gross. Like, I don't feel like I even know this Henry.
Right.
Something has to be going on.
It's
Yes.
a little weird for him, especially with everything that happened.
Yeah. With Kim. And even Allison will bring up in the episode, like, she's responsible for Kim's death, you know? And he has to, like, be like, yeah, well, this is
than
bigger.
her.
This is more important.
Right.
So then we get back to Stark, Fargo, and Carter, and they call Dr. Mansfield
My brain put those together and it was farter.
Farter.
As you're saying it, I was like, did she just say farter? And I was like, no, I just fast forwarded.
But they call they call General Mansfield on their Cisco Systems video chat.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because I have so much Cisco, like, merch.
I know, right? Mansfield does then make Stark acting director. Mm-hmm. So, like, you've done the job before. You're cleared. Just You're in charge now.
Do the things.
But Mansfield also wants to order a thermal cleaning.
Danger.
Very big danger.
Big danger.
Big danger.
You'll see what that means at one point.
And Mansfield also knows, we find out in this scene that he knows more about the situation than Carter does. Mm-hmm. Carter pissed.
Yeah.
He's pretty mad about it because everybody's been keeping him, the one that is supposed to be investigating crimes, in the dark. When Mansfield suggests a thermal cleaning, Stark is like, no, I don't want it to come to that. There are people in there. It's going to, like, set us back super far on all our research, but not to mention people.
Right.
In Section 4, just lots of people.
Yeah.
I think it was set back to the 1800s.
Yeah, he
It's
said, like,
1800s.
that'll knock us all... Well, maybe not the 1800s, but however many years, because Eureka hasn't existed since the 1800s.
I think he was doing that for...
Maybe effect. Yeah. In this moment, Carter also finds out that Henry has been keeping things from him. Mm-hmm.
Like working with Beverly.
And
Which we've established, that bitch.
that bitch.
Yes.
He tells Fargo, we got to go back in. Mm-hmm. We're going to get ready because we going back in. And then we get credits. So when we get back from credits, the party is still happening, too, at Sarah.
Yeah.
Zoe's party is still in full swing. And Zoe calls Lucas a chia pet.
Which is so funny, and it's said so endearingly, and it's something that, like, you and I would do to each other.
Right.
Lady Long Arms.
Yep. Or you call me lizard
Lizard lady, and I'm your penguin lady. Wait, what did we determine I was?
Tundra wolf.
I'm a tundra wolf.
So this is the first, like, I'm hearing about this, folks.
That can't be the first you're hearing about this.
I've
He's
never
heard Lady Long
Tundra-
Arms.
Tundra wolf.
That
It's-
came
yeah.
from Maneater, the episode when the tundra wolves
Oh, okay.
needed the super cold environment.
But then, okay.
And she's my lizard lady because she likes heat.
I like the heat, and we were out in the middle of the sun and the heat one day,
And you, like, sat on
and
the
I
ground.
sat
and you're
on
like, it
the
feels
red-
so good. And I was like,
I sat on the red bricks, and she's like, "How's it feel down there?" I'm like, "Great." She's like, "Freaking lizard." It was my heating stone.
Just watch out for the fire ants.
I love it when she calls him itchy, because I love whenever they make fun of Lucas's hair.
It's very curly.
It's very curly and very floppy.
Very curly fro.
Yes.
I don't know with your notes or whatnot. Can I step in here?
Yeah.
And make you look something up?
Yeah.
She's seen his picture.
Oh,
we've discussed.
Oh, okay.
We have discussed the hotness of Lucas, the actor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Blow up.
Yes.
You know who I want to know what he looks like now? Joe's boyfriend.
Zane.
I want to know what Zane looks like now. What's the actor's name? Niall Matter.
Yeah, that's it.
Canadian actor. He didn't glow up.
No.
Well,
He hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed much, but he kind of looks
hang
like
on.
he
He's in
wants
a bunch of Hallmark movies because everyone in this series is in a bunch of Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
And there's a couple where it's like glow up, and then like the main like IMDb pictures.
He looks like he's gonna sell you insurance.
100%.
The hair is weird. The hair
But, like,
is weird.
Vince and I were seeing like the pictures and stuff on X-Ray when we were watching it on Amazon Prime, and I had it paused, and so the X-Ray came up, and he's like,
But that's a good picture.
"That is a good picture," but Vince is like, "What happened to Zane?" And that was my comment: was he looks like he wants to sell us insurance.
Yeah. But yeah, he has a couple pictures like more recently when he's in the Hallmark movies that are good, but not the IMDb picture.
No, he needs to change that one out.
Yeah.
Or talk to his people about it.
Yeah.
So, after Zoe calls Lucas a chia pet, Sarah locks down due to the biohazard at Global.
Love that.
She announces it too, which, is very comforting for freaking Zoe.
Right.
She's like, "Where's my dad?"
Yeah.
Like, she's so worried now. Sarah, you could have just been like, everybody's gonna stay here, keep partying. But no, she had to announce
Had to freak everybody out.
So, Taggart, Carter, and Stark are now at Global Dynamics in hazmat suits.
That should protect them
Yes.
from any bacteria.
Correct.
Should.
Should. And Fargo is kind of mission control. He's like at a computer somewhere else because he's not in a hazmat suit.
Great. Fargo has the option to a button.
Yeah.
So many buttons.
So
That's what I
many
do.
buttons.
That's what he does.
But in the bunker, in the office bunker, Henry you can tell he's very conflicted about what's happening and this whole working with Beverly thing. But Allie is pissed. She's just mad and gonna protect her son at any cost. Mm-hmm. But she's just pissed at Henry. She's like, "What are you just doing this to get back at me?" And Henry's like, "Oh, it's not about that, so we have that small scene." Then Fargo heads over to Sarah, and he reveals that there is a connection directly to his computer at Global
Down Periscope.
from a periscope in Sarah.
Has this always been here?
Zane and Fargo then start arguing and one-upping each other about systems they can get into. And Joe has a great quote. Do you remember what it was?
I don't.
She said, "Boys,
Everyone has access to the back door.
there's plenty of backdoor access to go around."
She said that did not come out right.
There was a nice little pause on that screen. I'm like,
We love a good anal joke.
So they're arguing about who can get in the back door. Joe is like, "Everybody can." It's fine. And then at Global, the guys are looking for the bunker and keeping instruments tuned for the bacteria, but they're not seeing any.
Right.
Taggart's like, "It's clear. I don't know what's going on."
Like, maybe it's not being detected because it's a new strain, but I'm not seeing anything.
Right. And then Taggart calls Carter and Stark out for arguing like little old women.
You're no better than old women. Because one wants to go left, one wants to go right.
Yeah.
It's like they'll say something and the other person just has to argue.
Yeah. Just contradict.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it.
Right.
Sounds like Vince when he's drunk.
sounds to me like I'm sober.
Well, more so.
I'm going to go left.
No, more so when you're drunk. Like when Vince has had a few, you could say, "Oh, the sky is blue." He'd be like, "Well, actually, not really, because the sky
It's got shades of green. So
well, he'll say that, but then he'll be like, the sky, it might have some shades of green, and it's blue. Like, he
It's
will
turquoise.
totally argue with you, but make your same point.
But like,
He'll argue while agreeing.
I'm not.
It's like someone I argued with online yesterday.
I'm not mean about it.
No, it's just contrary. I've told him several times, why are you being contrary?
I'm built this way based off of someone. Sorry, Tim. I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
I wonder if Tim listens.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Tim,
Sorry.
if you listen and your name is Tim, you should email us. Email address will be in the credits at the end.
Neelix is doing a kangaroo sleep.
Oh.
Anyways,
Anyway, after Taggart calls them old women, Taggart gets stuck. Because he's like, it's like
Being in the womb. We need a bigger womb.
Yeah. Taggart kills me this episode. It's amazing. And then Stark falls through the floor.
And Jack saves him.
Jack saves him. The guys get him out.
And they have like this little like nod of appreciation.
Well,
like,
Stark even says thanks.
yeah.
And that's growth.
Yeah.
Because he thanks Carter. Yeah, and Castiel agrees. So Beverly then tells Allison about the consortium. Mm-hmm. And it's this group of people, and they've got only humanity's best interests at heart.
Whatever.
Even though they want you to kidnap a child.
Right.
This is the best way
keep
to
him safe.
Yeah. Best way to go about it. Wrong. Taking him away from his mother.
Right.
Again, people trying to make decisions for this poor woman about her son.
Yep.
And leaving her totally out of it. This is ridiculous.
Right.
So mad. Henry does, in this moment, tell Allie that he's taking her son.
Yeah.
And he says it with such conviction and, like, malice. Mm-hmm. That's when it's like, who are you?
Right.
Who is this person? This is not the Henry we know and love.
Yeah.
So then Fargo contacts the guys in Global Dynamics via the back door. And he totally... Carter totally dads Zoe and Lucas.
Because Zoe makes, like, the perfect, like, I'm happy to hear from you, but I have to be snarky quote, which, like, going a little far to ruin my party, right?
Yeah. And then he says, oh, but Lucas 3 feet. And he's like, how did he see us? He's like, I see everything.
Such a dad.
Such a dad, because he just knows.
Yep.
Joe calls Taggart Tag, and people are uncomfortable about it.
People being Zane.
Yeah. But also Joe. She calls him Tag out of habit, and then she, like, immediately, like, freezes up, like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And then Fargo and Zane figure out that one of the suits has a hole in it. Mm-hmm. And it is, like, leaking pressure or whatever. And it's Stark's suit.
He has been exposed.
Yes. And then, of course, Stark's dark humor comes out. He's like, well, I'm headed to the right place.
Because they're going to the morgue.
Yes. Because that is where the contamination began.
Yes.
Yeah. Or where it kind of got out. That's where Henry found it and showed it to Carter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Henry tries to intimidate Allison into cooperating. And she at least makes it look like that she's cooperating. So she puts in her code and shows Henry and Beverly over to the teleporter.
Right. Hello, new technology that we haven't even thought about.
Yeah.
Old technology.
It's apparently, yeah, old technology.
Old technology.
Because they stopped working on it, like Cold War stuff, and Henry was working on it, and then
it was supposed to be demolished, but it wasn't.
Right. It was just the prototype because then it was illegal to work on. Mm-hmm. And so they don't even really know what's going to happen when they use it, but it's there. Teleporter! There. Maddie, I want a teleporter.
Especially when we learned that it, like, takes out bad cells.
Right.
I don't think we learned that yet, but...
Will it fix my pancreas?
I think it would.
It's still going to be your blood that's in it, so they need the samples.
They need your DNA.
But I think this is something we should talk about later. Because we get into, like, needing both DNA samples.
Yes. But still, if it could scrub out, and we do find this out later, that it heals also. But
take my tremors.
If it could fix my pancreas, even for like just a few years,
Yeah.
that like maybe my pancreas would then fail again because of my DNA, fine. But even if I could go another 5 or 10 years without having to freaking worry about it,
yeah,
I would be a happy soul.
And if teleporting was a thing, it would happen all the time. It would be constant.
Right.
Like it leaves behind.
I'm gonna be like, my pancreas is starting to fail again. Sister, I'm gonna come visit you with my teleporter.
Right.
Yeah.
It basically sheds your body like a snake's shedding skin.
So weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it though.
Hey. You just have to come up.
The way they disappear is...
Yeah, but that comes later. Yeah. That all comes later. But teleporter. We're very excited about that. And I also put sounds dangerous.
It does indeed sound dangerous.
Stark is trying to get in touch with Allie, but it's not working. The security mainframe goes into defense mode.
Yeah.
They're like, you're an intruder. You shouldn't be here. So it like starts shooting lasers at them.
Totally normal.
You know.
For global defense. For global dynamics.
So they gotta reach these 2 panels on opposite sides of the room to shut it down because the guys can't do it remotely. But somebody needs to draw the fire.
Jack says, why am I always someone?
Vince agreed with that. We were watching it and Vince goes, that's what I want to know.
Because he's the sheriff.
Because Vince is on Carter's side.
Okay, let's talk about this here. Like, I get they're great scientists. Who's getting paid
more?
I mean, if you put
But whose job is it to defend?
Yeah, but you should be paid more if you're gonna be
right.
In
Can we get Jack some hazard pay?
I really don't feel like Jack's hurting for money.
True. He doesn't have a house payment.
His house tries to kill him.
Only that once. So of course Zoe is worried. Mm-hmm. And Taggart is apparently not too worried because he just goes, just remember, serpentine.
Serpentine.
And then like later when they're actually doing the thing, he's like, I said serpentine. It just cracks me up. His accent, just the whole thing.
All of it. It's just great.
So Jack takes out the laser robot with a ricochet. He holds up the panel.
Yep.
And it shoots right back at it.
And he says, I hate this building.
And Jack says, then after, they're clear of the lasers, he says, if this turns into a zombie attack, I'm quitting. Can't blame you. We've all had those days.
Yeah.
Give it a week, he'll forget.
I do this daily. So. Done with this. I need a new job.
So they do get to the morgue, and there's not a zombie apocalypse.
There's just people.
There are scientists.
They have sealed themselves in there.
And Larry, who's eating a donut.
Because he's always eating.
In the morgue.
But where did he get it from?
It's Larry. He just has food with him always.
So Larry says, we sealed ourselves in here so that we could not be contaminated. And Jack is like, this is where it started.
Right.
Meat.
But everyone's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in there is fine. So now they're kind of figuring it out. Henry lied.
Which I kind of had a feeling the whole time.
Yeah.
That there was never any actual issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember if
once Henry, Beverly, and they all got sent down.
Okay.
And that they were stuck together. I was like, oh.
See,
this is an issue.
This was a plan.
Yeah.
I can't remember when I first watched this if I clocked that early or not. But of course now I know the show, so
right.
I knew. But yeah, it's good and interesting that you clocked that ahead of time.
I'm so smart.
There's no biohazard, which is concerning, but the most concerning is that Henry lied.
Right.
And Jack is very concerned.
As he should be, as we all are.
Yes. Sensors are still detecting said biohazard. Mm-hmm. And Stark is worried that Mansfield will still order that thermal cleaning. And the building is in defense mode, so it's hard for them to navigate the building and get out and safely.
Right.
So Taggart very confidently takes a group to try and get out.
Never go up against an Australian in the face of death.
Well, okay, so that whole exchange comes a little later, and I'll put it in because it's.
Oh,
I have things to say about
I will
it.
be talking about this.
Yeah. So Carter figures out that Allison is trying to protect Kevin, and Stark tells him about Kevin's connection to the artifact.
I remembered my question.
Oh.
Which was, is this the first time have we talked about other people that have been connected to the artifact yet? Or is this where she starts saying, like, Einstein, Tesla?
Oh, see, I didn't even clock that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, she said, this isn't the first time someone's been connected to the artifact.
Okay.
Einstein, Tesla. Like, she names all of, like, the biggest
Brains.
geniuses, and it's because they were connected to the artifact.
Oh, yeah?
He remembers.
Are you connected to the artifact,
You
Castiel?
come over here with me? Yeah? Come on.
Aww. Well, and then, of course, we also know that from the beginning of the series, Carl Carlson was also connected to the artifact.
Right. But yeah, she mentioned Einstein, Tesla, like, the world's greatest minds
Yeah.
connected to the artifact.
And then there's a really sweet moment, though, when Stark talks about protecting Kevin and Allie.
It's so sweet.
And Carter sees it.
And Carter says, but it's the artifact, kind of, like,
Yeah.
but ultimately says, like, but it's the artifact, that's what you care about the most. And he's like,
No.
it used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually care about Allie and Kevin more. And Carter believes him.
Yeah.
And Carter sees
The change.
the change, but he sees, like, how connected Stark and Allie are and how much he cares about her. And, yeah. And kind of almost sort of seeing, I don't have a chance. So Taggart has a plan to get them out, but Larry tries to leave, but then the computer takes Fargo's voice. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not Fargo talking, but it's his voice talking and trying to mislead them. And Taggart figures it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He's like, Zane and Joe make a cute couple, don't they? Ah, no, Fargo would know that, then it's disgusting.
Right.
Fake Fargo says resistance is futile.
Such a good little.
Which I love the
Little
nod to
drop.
Star Trek.
Yes.
And then Taggart says, quote, never go in against an Australian when death is on the line.
Such a good line.
Which is a direct quote.
Oh.
Do you know what it's from?
No.
She does. She just didn't connect it. Go ahead.
Princess Bride.
Oh, yeah.
Only it's a Sicilian.
Yeah.
In The Princess Bride. And the blindfold thing happens in Princess Bride too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think at a different point though.
A different point.
Yeah.
A different point in the movie.
Yeah, a different point in Princess Bride, but still, it gives me that whole princess vibe. Princess Bride vibe.
There's a lot of B's in these words that should not be in there.
But yeah, he blindfolds himself, and he's going to rely on intuition, and then promptly runs into the wall.
That's about right.
Yep. That's Taggart for you. So then Stark figures out that Henry wants to use the teleporter. And then Stark is like, but Stark realizes that Henry needs Kevin's original DNA profile, not his current DNA.
Both.
Yes. But not only his
Correct.
current. Yeah. He needs both for the teleporter to do what he thinks Henry wants it to do, and that's scrub the Akashic stuff
Right.
from Kevin. They want to separate Kevin from the Akashic field, and then the building starts to try and microwave Stark and Carter.
Yeah. This is also the first time we're hearing of it taking the field out of Kevin, though. right?
Of the teleporter taking it out, yes.
Right, because Henry
Yes.
never mentioned that.
Right.
Which is when I'm starting to wonder, like, hang on. So, Henry's not saying something again.
Yeah.
And it's getting very, like, noir-y. Like,
Yeah.
what is he actually trying to do?
Yeah.
Because Beverly certainly doesn't know this,
Right.
that we know of.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Like, they're trying to take... No, they're just trying to take Kevin somewhere else.
Right. Beverly just wants to kidnap Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put in a little side note. She knows more than you would think.
Yes, but not about the teleporter.
Yeah. The
As far as
teleporter
we know
was
here,
the-
she just thinks they're going somewhere else with Kevin as he is.
Yeah. And that when they teleport him, he will be the same. Mm-hmm. Like, she doesn't know.
She's trying to take Kevin somewhere so that they can keep, quote unquote, keep him safe. Also, be studied.
Yes.
So she has no idea that this would separate him.
Yeah. Yeah. She just wants to straight up kidnap, where I'm pretty sure Henry does have the idea that this will separate him, but he doesn't know that he needs both DNA profiles.
Correct.
And Stark and Carter are trapped in basically a giant microwave,
Yes.
which is unfortunate. So Joe tells Fargo and Zane to change tactics. They're like, well, do you have any ideas? But she kind of does, because she calls Mansfield. But we get to that in a minute. Beverly is still trying to paint herself as the good guy. Because she's evil and doesn't know right from wrong.
So, I'm not actually the devil, right?
I'm not actually a redhead.
Yeah, she never claims that, but... Allie goes to get DNA from Kevin, and there's an intruder alert on the computer. And Kevin knows that there are people coming to help. Mm-hmm. Joe suggests that Zane and Fargo, trick the computer into thinking that Carter and Stark are already dead. Mm-hmm. And that way it'll stop trying to kill them because it already did its job.
Yep.
So it works, and the computer stops trying to pop them like popcorn. And they give each other this awkward high five fist bump.
Yes.
Which was really cute. They're like, does this mean we're friends? No, absolutely not. No.
Absolutely not.
No.
We're still fighting for the same girl.
Sort of. Fargo's not really fighting for Joe. He has a crush, but he's not really doing anything about it.
I don't know. He's sword fighting.
Yeah, that was the dream episode, and he's not really actually doing anything about it. And that wasn't his dream, remember? Yeah. So Henry and Beverly then come to get Kevin, and Kevin says that it won't be okay for everyone.
Not for everyone.
Allison then punches Beverly, and they fight. Yes. She knocks Beverly out for a hot second. Mm-hmm. I mean, she comes to pretty quick, but she knocks her out, and while she's knocked out, or before she knocks, as she knocks her out, she says, "Stay away from him, you bitch."
Which is giving a lot of Harry Potter, Mrs. Weasley vibes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's my daughter.
Get away from my daughter, you bitch.
I can dig it. I can dig it. So she gets knocked out, and Henry comes to explain. And she's like, I don't want to hear a word you have to say. I don't even know who you are. And Kevin says, just listen to him, Mom.
Yeah. Because Henry's like, I tried to come to you guys with this, but you iced me out. You were trying to keep this a secret, and even though I figured out what was happening, you all weren't listening to me anymore.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't blame Allison for being concerned.
Right.
Well, that's just Mom.
It's a mom, but also someone that's been crossed by Henry a few times lately.
So I do feel like this is probably a good spot for us to talk about this week's
Science Corner?
Science Corner.
Thank you for singing it since I can't right now.
Oh, you're welcome. I sang it really badly, but here we are.
Vince is just over here in kitty corner.
Yeah, Vince has just
the orange cat.
Both orange cats on him right now.
Waiting for Orange Cat Fight Club.
You should take a picture of this for the Instagram. So for this week's Science Corner, I decided that we haven't really talked much about the Akashic Field.
We haven't.
It's actually a real world concept.
Ooh.
Yes. It's a theory. And this theory is held by social theorists, philosophers, and, quote, even some scientists. Which I still think it's more fringe science. But the theory is that humans, all humans, and animals, and plants, and everything in our world is part of a superorganism where we each individually act separately, but are part of a greater whole. And it's also known as collective consciousness.
Interesting.
And for us simpletons, it's a hive mind.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, basically. And the collective consciousness then is recording and has recorded everything everywhere for all time. And all of us are a part of that. So it's kind of more of a philosophy or spiritual concept or question, but it is what Stark is trying to tap into, is this collective consciousness, this record of everything that has ever happened, everything from the Big Bang, as he puts it in the show. And it even like kind of extends into the future, because time works differently for this organism.
Everything that has happened and could happen.
Right. It's what they are talking about when they say that having access to it could give them answers to every question ever. Now, spiritualist Edgar Casey claimed to be able to access the Akashic record and also claimed to be a clairvoyant near the turn of the century. So, do with that what you will.
What you will, yes. With a grain of salt.
But he was kind of he was part of that whole spiritualist movement that was big back in the early 1900s. Mm-hmm. So what Eureka did brilliantly is they took this totally philosophical spiritual concept and made it sound super sciencey.
Yeah, they did.
And kind of gave it physicality in the world with the artifact and being connected to it, and then being connected to this Akashic record, this Akashic field. So
that's really neat.
Yeah.
I like that. What a cool science corner.
Yeah, kind of a science and philosophy corner.
Yeah, a social science corner.
So that was this week's Science and Philosophy Corner. So, after Kevin tells Allison to listen to Henry, Carter goes down the ladder first because heights make him nauseous.
And Stark says, after you.
Very, very kind of Carter to put that out there.
Just in case I throw up.
Just in case. I don't want to throw up down onto you. And then Henry explains all the subterfuge to Allie. Mm-hmm. And that how, if this works, it will disconnect Kevin. It will make it so he's not in danger anymore. Like, he won't be in danger from his genetics changing or from the government wanting to test him or any of that stuff. So we need to do this. And Fargo and Zane at this point are working hard to gain control of the system while Joe is on the phone. Beverly comes back in, woken up from her knockout. She's being all evil, and Carter stops her. Shows up right in time.
Drop it. Stark
and Henry yell at each other, and they need to send Kevin through, but Henry doesn't have all the data. Stark is like, you need his original DNA profile.
And again, he's like, you should have come to me. And he's like, I tried.
So they do the thing. Lights flash. Kevin is nothing but ash.
Devastating scene.
Oh, yeah.
But also, no one thought to check the other room.
I mean, well, no, because they redid the coordinates. He was supposed to show up right where you disappeared from.
I mean,
So I mean, think about this.
It's the next room.
Yes, but think about it. Like, you're a mom.
No, I'm still devastated for Allison.
Oh, yeah.
No one else in the room was like, there's a room next door.
Right.
That could be the same coordinates.
True. Yes.
But they can't be the same coordinates.
Could be around the same coordinates.
I mean, yeah. If you throw a dart, it's not always going to hit the bullseye.
So we're going to play this in theory game.
But yes, he is in the other room. You hear his voice, Mom, and he's communicating still, which is lovely because I don't remember if it was Henry or Stark, but somebody was like, his autism will probably return.
Henry, because she said, is he going to be like he was before?
Right.
And he said, his autism will probably return. And Kevin said, Mom, don't be disappointed. And she's like, I'm not going to be disappointed. I just want you to be safe.
Right. Right.
And we also learned before they actually sent him through the transporter that Stark knew that it was destroying his brain.
Yes.
Like, it was taking him over. It wasn't just, like, adding powers. It was destroying him.
Yeah. And they had to do it, like, now.
Yeah.
They could not wait. They had to do it now because Kevin's life was in danger.
Yeah.
So, now, Mansfield still doesn't want to believe the humans over the computer because he a dumbass. Joe is sitting there telling him, this doesn't exist. These computer nerds are telling you this doesn't exist. And he's like, yeah, well, the computer says.
It's against protocol is what he said.
Yeah.
It's against protocol to believe over.
And then Joe makes a good point about sometimes you have to go against protocol.
Yeah.
And
while she's arguing with him,
she's stalling.
Zane and Fargo are 100% just
working.
the back doors.
Yeah.
Working the back doors.
Working those back doors. Like pros.
Like pros.
Just,
The backdoor bros.
The backdoor bros.
oh, it gets worse.
And she is stalling very well and long enough so that the system gets fixed. And everybody's like, yeah, it's fixed. And Mansfield's like, fine.
He's like, good job.
Yeah, good job sticking to your guns.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you only say that because you were wrong.
Right.
Anyway. So Joe hugs Zane. And then she goes and gives Fargo a supportive hug.
A very long hug.
Yeah, but she even says, like, you did great.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like Fargo feels like he's not appreciated like that enough.
Right.
And so it's nice that somebody took the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Beverly uses the teleporter to zoop on out of there.
And then they can't figure out where she went. You're telling me this computer doesn't log the coordinates?
Right. Right.
You're telling me there's not a history log?
Yeah. We'll find her. No, we won't. I think it's more like,
You don't want to.
you know what? Let's not even bother. Let's let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah.
Kevin's not in danger anymore. If she's gonna be evil again, she'll pop up again.
Yeah.
And then the bunker raises back up to where it's supposed to be. It's now an office again. And Carter and Stark share a respectful look, is what I wrote.
They do.
Because Stark is on the couch with Elson and Kevin. And did I say Carter? Stark is on the couch with Elson and Kevin. And Carter looks over and he's like, you know what? Yeah, that looks like a family to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, kind of thing.
Yeah. And they both kind of like nod in respect and stuff. So Taggart is still blindfolded and very surprised at himself that he made it back to the rotunda.
So proud of himself.
But also surprised. He's like, oh,
I did it.
I did it.
Me.
Mansfield then shows up at the rotunda. He doesn't even need to be on the video chat anymore. Henry takes the blame. And Kevin is back to his old self.
And when Mansfield asks about where Beverly is, they say she was dead.
Yes.
She died.
Yes.
Nothing's left.
Just a pile of ash.
Yep. Which isn't not true.
I mean, yeah.
Her being dead isn't true, but
I mean, with
pile of ash part's true.
My whole thing with teleporters, and I'd probably still do it, but it does raise a, not moral or ethical, but like it does raise like a spiritual question. Because if you are totally deconstructing someone at the DNA level and then reconstructing them somewhere else, is it the same person? Does the soul jump?
I would say if mentally everything stays the same, your memories, who you are as a person, I would say yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be the same person.
You would be. It raises a bunch of questions.
Okay,
because you're the sum
Willy
of your...
Wonka settles this. When the chocolate bar gets transported, it's still the same chocolate bar.
Right, but a chocolate bar doesn't have a soul.
But do we? So if you want to start getting into this way too far for a podcast.
Well, yes, but I don't know. Star Trek raises this question with Bones, Dr. Bones, who never wants to go through the transporter because
Right.
he's basically like, you're killing me and then bringing me back to life somewhere else. And he hates that idea.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So this is kind of the same question because this teleporter works the same as the Star Trek transporters do, where it deconstructs and then reconstructs you somewhere else.
Well, we can solve this with your matter itself is constantly moving. Whether
That's
you're
true.
doing it at teleporter level, you yourself as a human are constantly doing it, just not at that speed.
Yeah, but it doesn't, you're not killing yourself every time and then bringing yourself back to life somewhere else.
Kind of.
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Your brain cells dying?
Yeah, but not all
Not
at
all of
once.
them at once.
So it's...
It's weird. It's weird. It's a question. I'm just saying it's a question. I'm not saying that I would never do it. I'm just saying it's
Like
a
I
question.
said, we would end up in like a 12-hour podcast.
I don't know. It's just it's one of those conundrums that I've always had because I'm like, am I with Bones, or am I with like Spock and everybody else that uses the teleporters that are like, shut up, Bones, it's fine, you know?
I am the
let's
one
go
to sit
fast.
on, we're overthinking this, and I would just like to transport. Thank you. I'd like to be there.
True. I would probably if the technology actually existed in front of me and someone's like, you wanna transport yourself to Italy right now and have some Italian food, I'd be like,
Yes.
Go on.
let's fucking go.
I feel like Orange Cat Fight Club's about to happen in a second.
Nope.
I don't know, Neelix is getting a little restless.
No, he's just once.
Anyway, back in the office the next day, Allison says that Kevin slept a really long time.
Heard.
Valid. But he's back to his old self, which I don't know if that means like the kid that, you know, is a nice kid and likes to draw and things like that, or if she means like nonverbal and you know.
And I think that's something we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. But Stark doesn't want thanks for what he did. He wants Allison. And then he proposes. But what does she say? We don't get anything.
Yeah, we don't get-
she doesn't
yeah.
answer.
We don't have an answer yet.
She doesn't answer by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
He
Well,
but
because to be fair, the end of the episode's like 5 minutes.
true.
As always.
Yeah.
No, in fairness, she also made that mistake once before. So
She said, will you be my wife again?
Yeah, and it's a sweet proposal. And
It
after
is.
everything he just did for Kevin and her and being her like white knight and
And just her, like, safe place
yeah.
during all of it.
Yeah,
Her support system.
for sure. But yeah, he proposes. You know what? At this moment in their relationship, I support it. I say yes, Allie, because he is proving himself. And he's proving that he'll be there.
And that he's willing to change and
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah. And that he'll
What's that look for?
did everyone forget everything that happened for the whole season?
Okay.
No, this season he's been amazing.
He's been growing so much through this season.
Yeah.
Oh no, he didn't use a kid at all.
No, this whole season's been about him. This whole season has been about him separating using Kevin, which was what the first season was, to less caring about the field and more caring about keeping Kevin safe.
And he has proven throughout the season when he's not the director that he cares more about Kevin and Allison and all that than the artifact that he was so obsessed with. So he's proving that he is going to be there for her and not put work first and put her and her child first. So I'm here for it.
Growth.
Till next episode.
So Carter goes to say goodbye to Henry, and he lets Henry know you're not alone. You have friends. Which I think Henry believes him on a certain level, but also is just very scared.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of knows what he put himself into.
Yeah. He knew what he was getting into in the first place, I think. I think he knew the risk.
Yeah.
So they take Henry away in handcuffs, which makes me super sad inside.
Yeah.
Even though, as much of a dick as he was being in that bunker, we know it was
Ultimately, he was trying to help.
right. And he knew. So the whole idea here, too, and they don't spell it out, but he knew that the only way to get access to the transporter to help fix Kevin was to fake this whole biohazard thing. I don't really understand why he had to get Beverly involved and bring her there and like all that. He could have just done it.
Maybe he was trying to get rid of Beverly the whole time.
Maybe. That'd be cool.
Or at least he knew that if Stark and Allison were stuck in Global, that she would have more ability to get out, or he was just trying to keep an eye on her,
Yeah,
or
maybe.
have plausible reason to need Kevin,
It's true.
or any information she has on the artifact.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and that's where the episode ends. So we leave this season with Kevin safe, a proposal in the air, and Henry in the clink. Beverly is who knows where, and Joe and Zane seem all right.
Yeah.
And Zoe and Lucas seem all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that is the end of season 2.
It is.
Yeah. We did great.
We did so good. We did it again.
And
Any thoughts on the end of season 2, babe?
not on the end of season 2, but it's coming up to one of my favorite episodes.
Do you want a guest host for that
I
episode?
think I will have to, just for the comedy reason.
You'll have to tell me which episode later so I can make sure that you're around for it.
I think you know.
I don't know. I don't know which episodes are coming up. I'll have to look. But before we leave y'all for season 2, we have to play a game.
Let's do it.
Smash or pass. I don't have many today.
There's not a lot of new people. There's no new people.
There's no new people. So there are no people in Smash or Pass
I
today.
love that. It's my favorite time.
So, Smash or Pass, teleportation.
Smash.
Smash.
Oh yeah, Smash.
Especially...
Wait, hold on here. There's a fly moment. Let's just... Yeah, I'm still for teleportation.
Especially if it's going to fix my pancreas.
Right.
Oh, if it fixes stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. What about Smash or Pass, punching Beverly in a bunker?
Smash.
Smash that face.
Oh, I would smash something else, but... She looks good. I'd still hit her, but...
Smash or Pass, tapping into the Akashic field.
Pass. Apparently it changes your brain chemistry.
Oh, okay.
It like mutates you.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to know everything that ever
I
happened
absolutely
ever.
do not.
That
I know enough.
that would hurt me, I think.
It'd be nice to know stuff, but...
You know stuff. It's okay.
Would you be your own person then?
That's the question.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's... No, I'd like to be my own person.
Okay. I'll take it. I like you as a person, so.
I would hope so.
But I could be people.
Smash or Pass, a proposal from Dr. Stark.
Smash.
I knew you would. What about you,
He's so
Vince?
cute.
Are we talking about in the show
In
or
the context that we have seen so far.
or the actor himself?
Not the actor, the show.
Oh, pass then.
Okay.
If it was the actor, that'd be different.
Okay, good to know. I mean, Ed Quinn is quite hot.
He is.
I would say at this moment in the show, smash. Because he really is becoming a great human, so. And still snarky. And we like that.
Snarky Stark.
Yeah. But that, I think, will do it for season 2, my friends. I do feel like, though, we need to let our audience know that we're going to take about a 2-week break.
someone's going on vacation.
Because we're going on because Vince and I are going on vacation. Yeah.
I am making up for Corinne going on
I
vacation.
was going to say, you can't go on vacation at the same time as me because nothing would get done.
I'm on an anti-vacation.
Maddie just picked up all of my hours, basically.
I was voluntold.
Yes. So, but Vince and I are going on vacation, and so we are going to take about a 2-week break, but don't worry, we'll be back with season 3 in 2 weeks. So keep an eye on the feed and make sure that you are subscribed to our feed, and you will get the next episode as soon as it drops. But until then, it's time to roll the credits.
This has been another episode of You Should Watch Eureka with Maddie and Rin. I'm Maddie.
I'm Rin.
And we're two best friends that just need an excuse to hang out together.
All the time.
Always.
Even though we work together too.
And we see each other like 50 hours a week.
And it's great.
We love it. It's fine.
We made it through another week.
We did it.
People should email us, Maddie.
They should email us.
They're going to email us at youshouldwatchpod1. That's the number 1 at gmail.com. People should also follow our Instagram at YouShouldWatchPodcast. I also want to say a big thank you to John Eric Copeland.
That's my dad.
For writing our theme song that you hear at the beginning and end of this show.
Now, go follow the show on whatever platform you found us on and tell your besties to listen. And until next time,
Bye, besties.